Hello, everyone, and great to see you again after the festive season in India. And it's great to be back to work. We continue our series on the Dirty Dozen, as we called it. And while, we know that as a new manager, I have to delegate, I have to pass on things, I have to stop being the individual contributor. There are times I still don't. And I've heard very senior people as well, not just first time managers, saying that I have this challenge. So I was talking to somebody, name obviously undisclosed. The guy was heading the sales function of his organization and then became the COO. And in his place, there was a new sales head who came in. And he said that I continued to dabble in the sales process, sales operations, and all of that. And ultimately, I realized that I was kind of killing two people, right? Who was he killing? Himself and the person who took over as the VP sales or whatever. Another first-time manager I know, I was in a conversation with him and I asked him that if you have to cull out 3 to 4 hours of your week to focus on something which is important, not so urgent, what will you focus on? And he says, there's really nothing much I can do here. I don't know where I'll cull out the time. So we said, think harder, think harder. And he said that, hey, this is a top management report that goes out. And maybe I can try and delegate it to one of my folks. And I said, how sure are you of delegating this to your person? And what has stopped you so far? And he said that this is a very critical report. The consumers are senior management. I've been doing it for so long. And I don't know now that I have become a manager, should I give it to somebody or not? But he said, let me give it a try. So he gave it a try. Comes back to me 2 months later and he says that, you know what? This person not only did it, but when she presented it to the management, there were a lot of facets that she covered, which I hadn't covered, and the management was super, super happy, right? So there are demons in our own mind which make us continue being the IC that we were. And, if we look at these two examples, the first example is not able to let go. I still function in that area, which is a comfort zone to me, and I don't really let go. The second area is that of a sense that this is super important, and other than me, nobody could do it, right? Now, when one of the lessons, I'm a Marshall Goldsmith coach, and one of the lessons which I learned from him is that managers tend to over add value. And I'll give you an example what I interpreted as what he meant, right? Somebody comes to you with a document and I've released that document. I've released control, right? And I notice that document is 80% correct. I have two choices. Either I point out the 20% which is wrong, in which case I point out that person goes back, she changes the report. But remember, in trying to add 20% value, I have caused her ownership of the report to dip from 100% to about 20%. So I've eroded 80% of value while creating 20% more, right? Now, this happens very often. My second choice is that I just let go. I just let go and I say, fantastic job done and stuff like that. And I weave it in somewhere else, or maybe I don't weave it at all, right? So here today, we wanted to just sort of talk about some of the challenges which I have in moving from an IC to a manager. And I think today's session is all about letting go. Thank you very much for being the wonderful audience that you are. And for those who are following me on YouTube, you could like, subscribe, and see you around next time. Thank you.